Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure.
We're gonna go pretty balanced on this, I think.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Close my eyes, randomize, and right there. What we're doing.
Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color.
That's close to black as we get, huh? I think I'm never good.
Pick a class. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the Dark's...
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over...
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you...
Better half.
The best end is the one you decide yourself. And it seems we're headed in the right direction.
Guess left can be right sometimes. stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Personal. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. The what? He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain.
Oloi bo bopaweg.
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
Bobo toboko.
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Cosata ghetto.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route.
Bobo toboko.
The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
Yeah, move for bo. Boom.
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Yeah, move for bo. Boom.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Do whoa.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Seriously? I always thought better of you than that.
And you were wrong. There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. Out of Date says someone needs to break the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the... Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. The Jack... They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jackney isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says the Sifu gets to choose who sees the Sifu, but he'll let you give it a try.
Zata is de muito tloho. Kariezne zdatse. Paro, ya put.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood on your hands. That's something you have in common. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them vanquish the tribes and letting the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life should be an easy decision.
Going evil. Going evil.
He expected you'd join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants to deal with first is the Myriad tribe. Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both share dark thoughts, so they want to wage a war. A war where all that's left behind is casualties. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon.
O visoko dolatsi ne
Once you've conquered
What
the rival's
up,
outposts,
Cryo?
you'll challenge their
What's happening,
chief
buddy?
for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin.
o visoko dolatsi ne
Seeing you brings back his memories of the
No,
old
it does have
days.
like a
He
throw.
remembers your kind and
I think you gotta unlock
unselfish
it.
soul, and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait.
Oh, they're pulling out anywhere. This game, I'm loving this game so far. Pretty badass. Yeah, it's pretty good so far. There's like so much to explore. See, like that tower, I didn't see that tower first time I come through. Uh-oh. It's got kind of a Fable, old school Fable feel to it. What in the Sam fuck? Am I supposed to fight that thing? Maybe we'll do some leveling up first.
You can last longer. Flex up.
Yeah, see, that with that move you can throw it. Let's get this guy.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Down to half your health.
Chewie. Oh, here's where
Time
the
is
second
lost on this
kid
place,
trip.
but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? He says a feeling that you're going to drown is a great reminder of the need to learn how to swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. You know you can't make up for lost time. You should know, Practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square. She'll be waiting for you. There will be a surprise for you at the... Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. It's your own future you're risking by not caring for the environment. The next generation will pay for the mistake. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take... He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing counts. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. But that's his point, to take something useless, change it, and put it to good use again. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He says you don't really need a weapon when you're born one. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to... Then you've got... She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't live forever, you know that. But she intends to make the most of every day she gets, especially the ones you share together. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her.
Yeah, life lessons. There you go, yeah. How to live green. Recycle. Now we're gonna beat up some bullies.
They look determined. Better watch out.
We're gonna talk
He
shit.
asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He's not scared of anything, least of all you. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what he can and can't do, and that includes you.
You're not meant to. You're not meant to get that.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened? She's there for all disciples. That's her commitment as Sifu. And when she needs them, they're there for her and each other. The most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus on your training now. Is someone close to heart, doing what he does best? He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll leave the quick part to you. You're the martial artist, after all. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics. He's curious to see what you found. He's gathered so much over the years, and it's hard to remember everything. Nothing's wrong with his memory. It's just short. He says it's about time you learned how, and often... The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you.
Yeah, Fableish, yeah. Pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good, though. I've made it to level 6 on another character. And I'm like, man, I kind of want to stream this, so I started all over again. And I chose the evil path this time. We're going to go evil this time. I chose the good path last time, kinda-ish.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Better late than never, Mom.
Says being on time would be better yet. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down.
He says, "Ugh." Well, he's pretty good for a little shit.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. You should just keep working and you'll do well. Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz. You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it.
I love how he runs. He runs so funny.
Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful. A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device. It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see. You should think of it as watching over you when she can't. Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day. Everything ends, both good and bad. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow.
It sounds echoey to you? He does sound a little echoey to me, but I mean, it ain't bad. Nothing else sounds echoey, does it?
Nothing could stop Lupa from setting the world on fire.
Just want to make sure it ain't a sound problem. Oh! I got the TV volume up. Yeah, that's it.
Urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread
Now we know
fire.
push B, remember?
That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now.
I think they did pretty good on this game. I like it.
If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next.
Like a pretty epic story too, you know. It's like
Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
see you, bud. Just gonna go do it. Oh,
The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. Slice and dice. You lack key energy for that. You might want to fall back. They've received news a Ronin joined the tribe's ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of Jagni warriors are already waiting for you at Myriad's Vespidut outpost. You should hurry there and help them storm the outpost. Mercy is for the weak. The Jagni tribe seek no one's sympathy. Look, an emergency box. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist.
Gotta check everything. How games like this are.
Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Well, small ones. Places like this were cheap back in those days, and there was plenty of space. Get done with one place, you just build another. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. The forest smells so strong and fresh. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. A flush seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. An approved improvement. the Tree of Life still stands. Never thought I'd see a clothes soaker from the long gone again. It's an up cleaner of unwash. You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You really put a spin on it. Let's see. Should be able to see farther soon. there are some... You found the track. Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. Lucky the track somehow made it. When Toxanol abandoned the place, it fell apart fast. Not too many like living in a ruin hole like this. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too.
Woo! I'll start anyway.
Perhaps now you can see your targets better. Looks like the Fry Sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a Fry Sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away.
How the hell do we get down there? On forward or something? I don't know if we take fall damage or not.
It's Peekaboo Park. Young ones love this sort of place.
is.
This one seems to be in good spirits despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you only follow your own personal code and is worried you've lost your respect for life. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your actions.
You made your own destiny, bitch.
It's sad to see you're staying on this road to ruin and that you're so determined to help no one other than yourself.
Sorry, we're taking the evil path this time. I got another character that took the good path, so I'm like taking the evil path this
That's
time.
the way. No arguing.
See, there's like an angel and a demon.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
Stick with me. We'll rule the world.
Nope. We'll take it, but we don't wanna. But we'll check this playground.
That's a myriad tribe outpost. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is. Says there's no reason to make threats. Would have told you about it sooner or later. It's not far from here.
Fucking right, you would have told me about it sooner or later.
Never seen the Eastern World Eater. Lucky.
Yeah, right.
Says you should take care.
Says you should take care. I just threatened him and he's like, take care. Whoa, what the fuck we got going on down here? I'll take on Big Man. I think it's because we're getting close to the tribe war. See what this is. Oh, bad guys. Bad guy camp. Come on, reload! Fuck is he? Oh, business as usual. The fight's over. That's funny.
The light of day shows how bad the world has become.
So don't eat the magic soup. Oh, eat the magic soup to get side points. Hell yeah, that'll work.
The Vespidat outpost, longtime home of the Myriad tribe.
See, it's one of those kind of search everywhere, search everything. If you don't, you're missing out on stuff. Is this a good guy or? I know this guy. These are my allies. They're allies.
Says you need to hit them where it hurts, inflict as much suffering as possible, and make it clear your tribe is a terror to their existence.
Let the mayhem begin.
Murder and mayhem and other terrible things happen. He's sure you've seen it before. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. spot, wrecked it.
Puzzle time.
Give those twirly wheels a turn.
Well, wrong way. I hope I didn't just waste. No, I did.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. Yes, the river tub's going down the drain. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper.
You guys handle that. I'm gonna loot their shit. Nothing in there.
Says they've been treated fair, but is glad to see you. Hopes you'll treat the rivals with the same respect they treated them. Wishes there was another way, but they'll do their best.
There'll be no mercy. I love these names. It's like you don't know what the fuck it is. It's a rifle. All I know. Ready, boys?
A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger.
Fuck off, dude. What the fuck?
Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it.
What do we gotta do? First pick this up.
That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not to kaboom. You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now.
Nice. Taking this shit over, boys.
He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Is the
Be the rival tribe, you.
Moi
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon.
the nakaz people snats, eh?
Says you're lucky to have the honor. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict.
Yato.
He had a feeling you'd get along with the Jagni tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your alliance.
Potawata.
You seem to get along with the Jagni tribe, which doesn't come as a surprise as you share an ominous outlook on life.
Koibe o Korfabe.
But Out of Date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against the World Eaters. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porcupine needs to be handled.
Potawata.
He says the time has come to confront the Porcupine at the end of the East Route.
To Hawaii.
Goop is working on making his goo glide strong enough to break the waves out to the World Eater.
To Hawaii.
You should get over there and see what you can do to help. Daytime is a good time to be outside.
Alright, we can upgrade twice. I want to do strength
Watch out for
again.
you.
And I want to do luck.
Looks good.
Okay, we got a bunch of these points we can spend. that's kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny. I think I might unlock that. Oh no, the Rad Wisp. I unlocked those ones. Those were pretty cool. Oh. Huh? What the fuck? Well, no, you're good. No, no. You're with your grandpa. I don't care. Crazy ass kid.
He knows things that you need to know. Wishes you goodbye.
Ha! Nice. He looks cool as shit.
Maybe it's later than you think. Hard to tell at night. Says it's good to meet a fellow Yin Jagni cousin. Keep hoarding things the way you should. Says you should take it easy.
Ush ketro tole draikwa.
Says it feels strange to...
Tule ketush.
Completely raid everybody's shit. Just take everything.
Farfarifto. Tuka kubu.
There's no time to waste.
Mauya.
Wishes you goodbye. The gooing of the water in the ground is spreading. Says nowadays everything seems to be falling apart, even fire. Could you help out with the fire beacon? It's gone out. They can't reach the fire beacon to relight it, but you could. Claims it signals the end of days when it flares up, but now it's out. Says the fire beacon's not too far. Just keep your head up. Sometimes you can still see the smoke coming up from it. And if you see their mother, please send her home. They miss her.
What's everyone up to tonight? Today, Friday, right? Shit. Everybody partying? No, I'm assuming nobody's partying. We are, but they hit this motherfucking bong.
Says they think you're smart enough to figure that out.
A light bulb? Okay.
Night is the time to take... If you want the recycle... Says you'll see each other later. The vendor says you can browse his goods any time during opening hours. The doors here are always open for a potential customer looking for a bargain.
Can't compare? Just make sure we have everything on that we want on. Okay. I think we have everything.
Asks you to... Thinks you should practice... came out on top. Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Sees you're eager to make a deal, but cautions you not to be too eager if you want to make a good deal. Maybe get rid of some extra things? Says the shop holds something for every. Will be around when you. Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods. Suggests you take it easy. You won't strike a good deal here if you're in a hurry. Fair and square. Claims to have strange. Says they're known for their. Found a good home for your junk. That worked out. Let's see. What's the saying? Red sky at night? No, that's not right. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Disgusting. Biohazard. Just gross. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was. He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind. He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you realize how that'll make you feel once you claimed it.
See? On my side. Go, Dark, go.
First instincts can be truly awful.
The fun thing is always the right thing.
Next time, look at it with a clear heart.
Darkly dark, dark.
Figures the world is a goner. Even the goo will go gone gone. Wishes you hadn't done so much to make the goo even gooier. Wonders why you're flapping around with the Jagni. They spend too much time nesting to do anything fun.
Do's a big
But hey, back to the goo.
kawaii.
Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station, as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. You're lucky that way. There's still cargo left on the shores from before the apocalypse. His best guess is a tower tanker hit a reef and went under. This won't be a field trip. It's the real thing. Let's see.
Looking around for shit.
This might be the end of everything as we know it.
Trying to find some good stuff. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I don't know how to get in there.
Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what they cared about here. Wonder if any of it matters now. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the surf. They helped clog the surf into goo. Toxanol didn't do it on purpose, I don't think. Their machines made a mess, though, and they never cleaned up after themselves. You should be able to find a track here. Just need to keep your eyes open. Treasure the coming day. The world doesn't have so many anymore.
Whoops. I just jump on a tightrope. Fuck.
Just listen. You might hear something important. Not just from me. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Slash.
Yeah, I might have to play with this. Now.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. You've had better days.
Well, I got a health regen from that. Serious? It's fucking janky, ain't it? Gotta take on Lizard Tail. Alright.
The deep cut.
Oh, motherfuckers.
Odd things lurk in the darkest parts of the underworld. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. As long as you're happy about it. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Oh, okay. So we come out that door.
Mukamme. Sairuja. Mukan bali.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There's debris floating around on the surf that might be blocking your path or needs to be towed. That means you'll need a device so you can get it out of your way. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive Porky Puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. That's where he bobs. Gulp refuses to move from that barge, despite the fact it makes him berth. Goop's not sure, though, if it's the surf sickness or the radium syrup that causes it. The sun is high. Welcome to the Surf Archipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. You're poking around Pockbur, a prime village. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least. Yeah. Says the Northwest World Eater has an unbreakable shell. Says goodbye to you. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Points out that he's hungry too, but always thirsty for more. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wants to know if he could point you towards something fun to drink, so that you could share with the tipsy tipster. You sure look like you could use a drink. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, but that's nowhere near as quick and easy. Who wants to stop to chew? Says you should toast the end of the world, but you'd better hurry. It's coming soon. Respects how you take care of yourself first instead of trying to swallow too much. Thinks it's funny you wound up with the Jagni. They drink so little, like birds. Guesses someone has to be, but he can't swallow the sight of it. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportional to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. Says that's what gives your internals such a great glow. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surf Archipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. Says he's not sure you can. Physically, that is. There's no squeeze in the world able to counteract his expansiveness. Wonders if Goop's so... Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. And you don't even have to feed it. All good things end. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Hey, there's some e-waste. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. Everything is at stake.
Uh-oh. Another kind of puzzle. Alright. Okay, I understand it then. That's pretty easy.
Definitely not open. Locked, but good.
Hey, Shay.
You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. This thing spits goo faster than it swallows it. That'll soon pay off. Gulp says he'll bibble anything once, as long as it's drinkalicious, even rocket fuel. He once mixed up some tankers and drank that. It was a real lift-off. That leads him to the bottom of that particular bottle. Radium syrup. If only he could find a tanker truck to empty. He's not in a state to go looking, so he's counting on you to help. Go find him a tanker truck and bring back some of that precious radium syrup. Thinks you're not the only one who... What were we talking about again? This is all about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you.
Shay.
Says the world is filled with horrible noises as it careens toward its end. Their father used to have an old spiral groover that they played amazing music on. Figures there must be one out there somewhere. Then you can play those old discs. Says it makes the sounds someone's put on the discs. So, anything. Says it's hard to find an intact spiral groover, but has faith in you. Be careful with the spiral groover, though. They break easy. If you can find one that works, you can fill the world with tunes. Says they'll be sure not to stand too close.
Whoa.
This gutway has centuries of old waste. That wasn't your tum-tum rumbling. Carving it up. Shouldn't take much more. sharp steel. So many places to be today. Flex those smart muscles and open the hatch.
Well, that was a hard one, wasn't it?
That should be enough glow juice for two. Not the easiest way to get up. This place is wonderful, but this isn't a vacation. Let's see. Blast off.
Hey, yo, humbug. Superang.
Gulp says he wants to take you with him on a super funny happy slide. Sharing is caring, and one drink for two is just right. Gulp says seeing your face is like seeing his own reflection at the bottom of a glass. It never gets old. He's been looking forward to a rendezvous, and it's on you to make it happen. There's even a chance the syrup is more intoxicating now from being aged in a radiated tanker. He's sure there are even more tanker trucks with radium syrup out there waiting to be emptied. Figures you could do that, but only Gulp knows which boozy ooze is safe.
Take that, light!
Really, you ought to use your head instead of your gut.
See? The darkness lets you get away with anything.
Just remember, you can always find light in the dark.
Dark! When you already know you're right.
Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind. You and the Pichu tribe share ideals, and that's a risk. True balance requires equal parts of opposites. Wishes you goodbye. Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind. Gulp says he's still waiting for that second round. Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind. Says you're welcome.